Because, Francis,
Yes.
for many, many SMEs and startups,
Yes.
the whole idea is that let me digitize.
Yes.
Let me go online.
Yep.
And if I do so, then I'm going to be able to become profitable.
Yep.
Now, what Eric is saying is that you can even have all the money you want.
Yep.
But if certain components are missing,
Yep.
you're going to fall flat.
That's correct.
Now, that takes us to the issue of what they call this concept that almost every business guru is talking about,
Yes.
VUCA.
VUCA, yes.
Volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity.
Yep, correct.
Now, my question is, and following from what Eric has just said, you are a consultant. I mean, when I read your bio, I said, hey, you have all this in your head. And I thought I was going to see a very big head. But look at your head, very small. Now, so my question is,
Yes.
can VUCA be an asset to SMEs? And I'm asking this question because there are a lot of, when we hear professionals speak about some of these technologies, the SMEs, the young entrepreneur gets overly,
Overwhelmed.
confused, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
How do you break this thing down for the ordinary entrepreneur? And how can we turn these things to our advantage? And I'm asking this because from your introductory remarks, you said, yes, there are many disadvantages of COVID.
Correct.
And yet there are opportunities.
As well.
So in as much as volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity are concepts that can pose a danger, how do entrepreneurs, SMEs, and startups, how can they make this an asset?
Thanks, Emmanuel. Erica said something that is really fundamental and profound, and I'm so happy to hear it from a technology entrepreneur, an expert and entrepreneur, that digital is not a silver bullet, it's not everything.
Sure.
I've been quoted at some places, especially when I'm not a techie person, but at some point, people got intimidated with all these gadgets and gizmos and whatever, and I like simplicity. Yeah. And I said, if you're a banker, banking is about trust and relationships and providing services and intermediation. And banking has been around for years, even in the Bible, the parable of the talents. Sure. Yeah, they say you should have put my money on deposit and it earns interest. Exactly. Yeah. So digital and technology are an enabler. And we've had phases. When we talk about the fourth industrial revolution, there was a first,
Sure.
there was a second,
Sure.
there was a third, and we're in the fourth.
And the fifth is on the way.
And the fifth is on the way. So for startups, for entrepreneurs, for SME, the most important thing is to focus on your business. And I said business is about doing research and establishing and finding out what needs do people have. And aim to serve that need. Now try and do it as efficiently as possible, as seamlessly as possible. And in that process, use digital channels.
Sure.
And that's where digital comes in. So digital is an enabler, it's not the end in itself.
Right.
Whether you're in banking, whether in technology as a business, whether in cleaning carpets, whether in hoteling, you name it. Yeah? And I think it's really, really important for business people and SMEs and even startups to understand. Now, if you're very lucky that you're in a startup in a digital environment, you even have an added advantage. But remember, nobody consumes digital as a consumer.
You're
Yeah,
right.
nobody. Yeah. So you're using digital to deliver service,
Sure.
to deliver good, to meet a need, and serve a demand. Coming back to VUCA,
Yes.
there are things that have become so part of us now that we cannot imagine what life was before them. But Emmanuel, you and me, and I think Eric, we've been around long enough.
Sure.
In 2008, 2009 financial crisis,
Sure.
We thought, the world was going to shut down.
Yep.
But guess what? Airbnb, Uber, WhatsApp, those new products and
By the
service
way, do you
providers.
remember Y2K? When we thought
I
the whole world
I stayed up for late all night, and we thought, this is it. Yeah, but nothing happened. Yeah. So the VUCA we talk about, the volatility, the uncertainty, the complexity, the ambiguity,
Sure.
has created lots of new opportunities.
Right.
And that's the nature of business. That's the nature of the world. If things were so simple and were so certain, it would be such a boring world. Yeah. Because even us in our consultancy, nobody consumes an audit for the sake of an audit. It's kind of like even a grudge purchase. It's a forced purchase by the regulator. But they say, tell me something that I don't know. No. And you have to go and understand the business. You have to go beyond their business and be able to give some insights. Right. So uncertainty is actually good for business.
Okay.
For as long as, if they were certain all the time, and
you will not be innovative.
Exactly. So it's through uncertainty, it's through that ambiguity that you're continuously challenging yourself to anticipate what are the needs of tomorrow. Even somebody who is satisfied today, you don't want them to be so satisfied because you want them to come back tomorrow. So you have to then to think about what more can I do for them, and even in that process end up creating demand. So, but for you to benefit and leverage from uncertainty, you have again to have the agility. You have to become very innovative. You do not have, we call it Sally, same as last year. You have to get away from Sally,
Right.
Because it's very easy to become a victim of last year's success.
Right.
And you say, this is the way we've done it for the last 20 years. And if you've done it for the last 20 years, the world moves on. Right. So you have to be continuously looking at how you did it, what created the success of yesterday and yesteryear, and how do you build onto that? And don't worry about making mistakes. Don't make so many of them, by the way. They can also be very expensive, especially for venture capitalists. They are very entrepreneurial. They are quite willing to fund, but also they're not going to put money in a bottomless pit. But uncertainty and volatility, it does have negative connotations, but for the business people, it can actually be a major stimulant for creativity and innovation.
I like that point, and when you mentioned that, my mind quickly went back to your local market.
Yes.
Where you thought that is those who come and buy your fish in bulk and all of that. But uncertainty and volatility, complexity force you to think outside the box.
It did.
And now you are creating jobs even at the local market.
And in fact, I like that business so well because we had this perception that the people in our communities, predominantly rural agricultural subsistence setting, we have Lake Victoria on the other side, we have Lake Nabugabo on this other side, we have lots of freshwater bodies, so people are used to getting fish, big tilapia fish, and the view in the community was that they don't like fish from fish ponds because it doesn't fresh like, the one that is free range, And we had kind of accepted that and then looked for markets in DRC and Rwanda. Right. They come with a truck, with a freezer, then it's all melted, and then you drain your pond and you take a price they give you. Right now, we can actually go to our ponds and get 200 fish, and we go to the market and we name our price, and they'll buy.
Wow.
And that is now the local market. Wow. We are investing more in those fish ponds. I don't know whether Eric, other than techie, you do agribusiness and farming, but actually I'm putting a lot of my personal savings in that business because, COVID or no COVID, people eat.
No, I mean, when I read
people eat tilapia.
When I read your
eat fish.
Yes.
When I read your bio and I saw that you were into farming, I was wondering, what time do you get to go and do this farming? Of course, but now I understand. But for me, what is more exciting for me is the fact that the local people are now being empowered.
Exactly.
Because you see, at the local market, most of them are women.
That's true.
And so once the women are being empowered, it means a lot more mouths are being fed.
Exactly.
And so nutrition, which would then lead to their health and all of that, which is critical. And I'm very happy about that.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
So we pick travelers, our typical customers are people flying in and out of the country. So we pick those from the airport to wherever they're going and back. And we do this through a network of driver partners for whom we give regular business and improve livelihoods. They can book through WhatsApp, they can call us, they can email us. We just try to make it as simple and convenient, as seamless as possible for our customers.
The Digital SMEs and Career Mentorship Program. The world economy has undergone a massive digital transformation and created a need for startups to adapt to these technologies. We intend to help save women and youth-focused businesses with the skills required to stay relevant. Join the movement today. Register today. HCI, working together to change the startups and SMEs narratives of Africa.